Oilersnation After Dark begins now.
It may have taken 75 games to do it, but the Edmonton Oilers are on a 4-game heater. Another big win for the Oily boys this evening on home ice, in front of the Rogers Place crowd, in front of our German brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Shout out Philip Grubauer for letting a couple in. The boys, they deliver. Connor Ingram, as the chat be calling it right now. Clap it up for our boy. We can say it. Shut out.
Shut up.
Ooh, feels good. Looked good. That might have been his best performance yet in the orange and blue. Max Jones, oil to the max, gets on the board. Imagine him if he was the first goal scorer from the wheel. But the wheel still hit. Connor McDavid did get an anytime. Kasperi Kapanen gets on the board, and the Oilers are on a 4-game heater for the first time all season. Life is good as they defeat the Kraken by a score of 3-0. But hello, what up, and welcome to Oilers Nation After Dark Victory Edition, brought to you by Bet365. Hockey fans, check out Bet365's 3-goal early payout. When your team goes up by 3, you get paid. It's that simple. Download the app today. Must be 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Up 3, bang to the head. The Edmonton Oilers win by 3 this evening. Michael Menzies, my co-host, contributor here at Oilers Nation. A win is a win is a win. It wasn't the prettiest thing from the Edmonton Oilers. The first 20 minutes, my God, they show up like that. Sky's the limit. Now, the next 40, things did slowly dwindle away. The Kraken definitely took momentum back in the second period. But I will not apologize for a win. I will not apologize for Connor Ingram. As we said after every single one of his consecutive saves this evening. Menzies, it's 2 points nonetheless. 4-game heater. Hallelujah. Give me a vibe check.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. The Edmonton Oilers, this is what they've needed to do here, is start stacking these performances. They've shown us glimmers at times. Well, they keep it up. 4 in a row. Flyers didn't get their 4-game win streak tonight. They're the only ones without
Losers.
one. We got one. We got one now, and a shutout to boot for our 4th shutout of the season to watch for the Edmonton Oilers. So that's great to see. You gotta love Connor Ingram, what he's brought. I think in terms of likability, he might be the most likable Edmonton Oiler, which is hard to do. There's so many great stories right now with this team. Think of the chaos going on in the Pacific Division in the, capital of the hockey world in Toronto, and Chris Knobloch's got a big grin on his face. Woo! We're back, he says, and the Oilers won 4 in a row.
Doesn't matter how we got here, but we have our goaltender, because Connor Ingram, he was Himgram on his 29th birthday nonetheless.
Yeah.
Clap it up one more time for the birthday boy. We love you, Connor Ingram. He got us fired up last Saturday afternoon with the most monotone hype speech you've ever heard, and baby, he delivered yet again tonight. Connor Ingram became the 6th Oilers goalie with multiple shutouts in his first season with the club. You've always said he's one of the 6 best goalies in a single season, in his first season.
He's climbing up. Ingram, there's a lot of, I won't give them to you now, but there's a variety of franchise ranks that Connor Ingram is slowly but surely climbing, and you love to see it.
I'm loving it. The chat AI Summer, he says, viewers in the chat are saying they are excited and celebrating the team's 4th consecutive win, and are also thinking about playoff runs in the future. Somebody also said, I think it was Pat's fan, so are we going to say Draisaitl's the problem? No, we're not going to say that. But as I've said a lot, God closes the door, opens a window, and seems like the Edmonton Oilers are rounding into shape, rounding into form right now. Maybe due to necessity or good who knows? But it looks like it's going their way. First things first, couple super chats in order. Reminder, all your super chats are in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation, a cause very near, very dear to all of our hearts. They do incredible things in this city for families who are going through not so incredible times, to put it lightly. Rusty's in with $5. That's a massive W. Connor Ingram is a brick wall in all capitals. Connor McDavid is 6 goals away from 50. Can he do it? Scores. I don't see why not. LFG Oilers. Cup year. 50 for Connor McDaddy. Connor McDiesel.
Why not? 7-7 is all he needs. And tonight he did not pass to Hyman. Hyman's gotten a lot of empty netters lately. McDavid's going to take this one. I'll take this one. Who is being held and cradled like a little baby tonight by the Kraken and would not elicit a penalty call against.
He actually took an interference call at one point where it was a little, who knows? But either way, we're not bitching about anything this evening. It was a perfect evening for the Edmonton Oilers. And then it's Percy in with $39. And he says, my name is Ingo Conoria. You hit my captain, prepared to never score again. Stick taps. LFG Kingram, congrats getting the massive shutty on your birthday. Also adds, smells like a cup year. You guys smell that? That's not just the delicious, delicious smells of Dog Patch down in the river valley.
Sure. Yeah.
It does smell fucking great inside our hallways, especially on nights like this. But Percy, we appreciate you and your $39 donation. Mackay and Dry, he's back. He says, Connor Kingram, that's his name. Birthday shutout. Won 4 straight games. From clench to clinch. Have no fear. We got depth scoring. And now it's a cup year. Mackay and Dry, the Bordzy Bars.
That guy should be a writer for Oilers Nation. I mean, from clinch to clinch. I'm stealing that.
Yeah, you use that. You should use that.
I'm stealing it.
Chad never disappoints. Mackay and Dry never disappointed in his life. I'm sure his wife would agree with that statement. Then we got Trevor Scat Pack, Shaq. He's in with $2, and he's a man of few words, boys. He simply says, Cup year. That's right, chat. Keep them coming. Keep all the super chats coming our way, always in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation. First things first, want to give a special shout out to a special friend here on Oilers Nation After Dark, and that is Capital GMC Buick. Check out their extensive inventory of top quality vehicles like the 2026 GMC Terrain Denali or the 2026 GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate. Capital GMC Buick is Edmonton's highest volume dealer and the #1 certified pre-owned dealer in Alberta. Capital GMC Buick is dedicated to providing you with the best possible customer experience, and they are rated #1 GM dealership in the country by Dealer Rater for 3 consecutive years. Shout them out, Capital GMC Buick. Michael Menzies, feels like we're gonna have a good evening.
I think we're gonna have a good night.
I took my pre-show tinkle right before this one, so I'm feeling. I've drank 3 coffees now this day,
and
I got another fresh one here. Been fighting it a little bit. Been fighting the sleep battle, the sleep bug. You're ready to go though.
No, I've been enjoying the festivities tonight and watching the game. And we got Game 7 overtime in the Alberta Junior Hockey League. Camrose and Drumheller.
Exhilarating.
Tying goal, under a minute left. Just scenes all over the map.
And then a penalty.
Yeah, a penalty. Camrose is starting overtime on a power play. Very interesting stuff. They had scored the tying goal. Who knows? Tim Ellis is the call.
Turn that BBL over a little bit.
Yeah,
give me some of that. Give me some of that.
Well, right now we just have it's intermission.
And now the table's going to break because the budget here in the studio not so hot. Quick reminder as well. You see, we have the ONAD voicemail line is active at the top of the chat. It's pinned there. Come on now, it's made for nights like this. The vibes through the roof. Feels like belief ratcheting up a bit here at Oilers Nation. And as we all know, hope will never die. But hope feels very alive right now for the Edmonton Oilers. We'll discuss the Pacific Division standings a little bit later on in the show. We'll get some sounds in the room. Courtesy, we better hear from Maximum Jones. We need to hear from Oil to the Max.
It's a must.
It's his world. Now, obviously, Connor Ingram, birthday. I hope he goes out first. And then he can get a couple birthday beers in as well. Who knows? Or whatever. Just go for dinner with the boys. Celebrate because this city is loving him. Another way they could celebrate, Brett? Swiss Stone Air. We're going to get into our headlines here. They're brought to you by our friends at Swiss Donair. Germans, I hope they're hitting up Swiss Donair the couple weeks that they are here because it's home of the old school Donair with options. If you want some flair, open for 25 years and now open 7 days a week. They're the pride of the North Side. Swiss Donair, great for your events at home or office. Check out their location at 8308 144 Ave Northwest or order online at swissdonair.com. Brett, headlines. Can you give me some victory edition of Champagne Poppy? Yeah. Unbelievable start from the Edmonton Oilers in this hockey game, man. They were flying in all capitals to start the game. They were absolutely buzzing. Wave after wave, line after line, highlighted by Brett. Let's get into it nice and early. Oil to the max. Maximum Jones, one of the most unlikeliest first goal scorers you will get for the Edmonton Oilers, and maybe it wasn't even the most likeliest play as you get a look at it. Don't know if it was entirely his intention to get on this one, but you don't apologize for that. It's a point shot from Jake Wallman. Wrister from the blue line. You can't score if you do not shoot. Solid angle of it right here. Maximum Jones in the dirty area. We also saw the bottom six getting some shine to start the hockey game specifically. That's unbelievable stuff from Max as he crouches, hides his head, tries to get out of the way. You got to be lucky to be good to be lucky. And I'll take anything in any way. You give me an inch, I'll take a mile when it comes to Oil to the Max to celebrate his play. But Michael Menzies, this man's goals per 60, goals per hour with the Edmonton Oilers. It's one of the best on the team.
Up. Third goal in the year. Look, McDavid stole his goal on Saturday. Puck don't lie, and the hockey gods reward him. He's at the front of the net. He's crowding that area, and he gets a bounce. So it's good to see for Jones. But really, this line with Lazar and Szymanski, I mean, they were throwing the body early. There was a shift after this where Lazar crumpled the Kraken defenseman Jones, back-checked into the neutral zone and leveled his man. Like, that line was really playing with some tenacity on the puck. And, I mean, as is pointed out in the chat, I mean, these guys are fighting for spots with the news of Frederick soon to return, Doc close to returning, and these different options that Chris Knobloch has. How's he going to use these players? Well, Jones has kind of been everything the Oilers wanted from Trent Frederick. You know what I mean? Like, he's provided that in a lot fewer games. And look, Frederick's game has been on the rise, and it doesn't need to be a comparison type of thing. I'm just saying, the direct, straightforward game that Max Jones is playing, combined with a little bit of touch with the puck and a little bit of luck off his head, hey, that's working. And he's showing why, look, I don't want to get pulled out of the lineup.
He doesn't deserve to be pulled out right now. Now, you love to have healthy competition, especially in the bottom of your lineup, but the sandpaper, the style of game that Maximum Jones brings, it's exactly what the Oilers were missing for the first half of this season. And you look at guys like him, Curtis Lazar, who are finding that role. Josh Szymanski, I don't know if you can send that man down because he is a coach's dream, a coach's favorite. I think Bruce Kurlock was his exact tweet tonight, and he just does things the right way. But Oil to the Max, people are saying Jones is maxing big time. He's goal maxing, Jones maxing, whatever maxing you want to use. It really... Clavicular would love the shit out of this guy because you can do whatever you want with
maxing is what it is, and he's
maxing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? What do you got?
I can't say it on air.
What do you do?
Type it to me.
What do you do? But Jones, he was an NHLer for a few years. Now he's become a fringe NHLer too. Started the season in the AHL. Was not the first or the second or like the third call up to this Oilers team. He was down on the depth chart on the list for call-ups, and he got a look early. They sent him down again. Injuries have provided an opportunity for him to make an impact, and I just like what he's bringing, and I think that he endears himself because he's not going to try to wow you doing stuff. One toe drag a game. He's allowed that. But otherwise, He's playing a simple, direct game, and he's getting results.
Straight and narrow, you know what you're going to get from that type of player. Energy shifts, positive shifts, possibly one toe drag per game, as he does like to. He likes to keep you guessing a little bit. But as you mentioned, that was Max Jones's third goal of the season. It was his 5th point. His 3 goals are 1 more than Adam Henrique, 2 more than Matthias Janmark, 1 less than Trent Frederick. And he's done this all now in 16 games. Oil to the max. Jones maxing. He was unbelievable. Now, continue it along because depth scoring was a big part of this hockey game. With no Leon Draisaitl, you've needed to see plenty of faces step up here in this absence over the last 2 weeks or so. And Kasperi Kapanen. Brett, do we have that highlight as well? Because talk about turning defense into offense. That's cheeks be clapping on this play right here because he pokes a puck free at the blue line. Good defensive awareness, and he is shot out of a cannon going down on a 2-on-1 with, I do believe it was Adam Henrique.
Yeah.
We want him to pass. We don't want him to pass. And he decides to just keep that one and rip it. And it's a reminder here of the skill the Oilers have around their lineup. That Kapanen, we know him, former 20-goal scorer twice in his NHL career. That's a beautiful shot, blocker side, beating Philip Grubauer. You talk about defense leading the offense. That started in the D zone, an area the Oilers have been cleaning things up recently. And I also love the no hesitation, trying to make the pretty play. Once again, can't score if you don't shoot. Kasperi cheek clapping in. Huge goal to put them up 2-0. The Oilers were rolling at that point in the game.
Drumheller won in overtime. Just happened and the stream crashed.
No way.
Yeah. So I there was no goal. You just see them celebrating. So Dragons advance to the South Final against.
Did the
Canmore
commentator
Eagles.
just like bash the stream?
Who knows?
That's cool.
That's tough. To your point about Kapanen, I thought he was really engaged tonight as well. That line got the start. Dickinson, Kapanen, and Henrique, and sort of the matchup role. They start the game. They were getting these different looks, but I thought Kapanen was really dangerous at the D zone blue line, turning over pucks like he did here. There was another one where he blocked a shot in the third period, and that created a rush opportunity. So Kapanen, again, it's been a season of fits and starts for him with the injury issues that he's had this year. And, there's been some difficulty, but we know what Kapanen can provide. And he can be a two-way player. He can be useful. He can chime in a little bit on the penalty kill. He can be a physical presence when he knows, the chips are really down. And so, again, his game rounding a bit of form. 15-12, not insignificant the minutes tonight. And again, playing in a line where we first thought, hey, can he play elsewhere besides just with Draisaitl? You know what I mean? Tonight, I think, was a good token to his credit, right?
Been a tough season for Cheeks. Obviously, he's been banged up, multiple different injuries throughout the season. But like many a guys on this roster, yep, they can work in the top 6. Yes, they can also provide offense in the bottom 6. Now, the first period for the Oilers, I got no notes, brother. It was an unbelievable showing from them. Obviously, the score was 2-0 after 20 minutes. The shots were 10-6. High danger chances were 6-1. And you just felt good about the Edmonton Oilers game. However,
well, it felt like this was going to be an old school Oiler drubbing, the way they came out in that first period. Very reminiscent to the December game where they eventually scored 9.
Yeah, that was a 9-4 finish in that one. Now, puck line still does hit in this hockey game. And the Oilers, Connor Ingram, he was perfect. But you'd be blind not to see the ice tilt and the momentum flip in the second period for the Seattle Kraken. It was a little bit nerve-wracking there, as you knew the wave would eventually come, but how would the Oilers handle it? And you want to know how they handled it? The birthday boy. Connor Ingram was absolutely unbelievable, not only in the first period, the second period specifically, and then in the third on. You see it there on your screen. 27 shots, 27 saves. Absolutely perfect on his 29th birthday. 1.44 goals saved. Above expected. Now, I'd say, just from my eyes watching it, felt like early on, the Kraken were kind of committed to shooting from the outside, getting traffic in front, and that's the way they were going to beat Connor Ingram, that is. And, brother, he had different plans because he was tracking pucks incredibly well. Body positioning, very dialed in. Rebound control, incredible. And then, in that second period. Momentum slipped for the Oilers. It did not slip for Connor Ingram. He was making save after save after save. He was going crazy. Once again, giving Oilers fans confidence that, yep, we might have a number one goaltender here. I cannot say enough good things about him in general in his Oilers tenure and everything he's had to battle to get back to this point. But Menzies, that's his second shutout with the Edmonton Oilers. And I don't think it's hyperbole to say that might have been his best performance with the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, well, the team, the games are getting more important. Seattle is gunning, trying to get a wild card spot right now. They took control of the game for large periods of the second, and then again in the third. And the Oilers had some counterattack, but Ingram, one thing I've always liked about his game is that he tries to really analyze where the pucks are going, like reading the play at an elite level, because, his physicality and his athleticism might not be as great compared to some of the other athletic goaltenders we can think of around the game. He said it, was it today or yesterday? Whenever his last avail was yesterday. That, hockey has never been easy for him. It's something I have to keep working at, he says. And, I would have never thought that this situation would happen, he says, about not being invited to Utah camp, to going and being the Oilers starter and winning some crucial games for them this year. He started in his 25th game as an Oiler, surpassing Ron Tugnut and Anders Nilsson for the 25th most games started. His 13th win as an Oiler passes Mikhail Shlatikov for 23rd most. And his second shutout ties Ty Conklin and Ben Scrivens for the 17th most in Oilers franchise history. Again, I said before, he's a top 27 goaltender in franchise history. We're starting to revise and consider the low 20s.
I always said 15 to 27 was always my range.
The range.
Now, once again, that might even improve further, Producer Brett.
You want to talk about guys who are ripped. There's been a lot of abs talk lately here at Oilers Nation since Bouchard's picture. Anders Nilsson. That boy, was rocking a bod. I remember he posted a picture on at the beach as an Edmonton Oiler, and the Oilers posted on their social media, and I was like, "That's a tall, handsome Swedish man with a six-pack."
He's working his body more than stopping pucks, I think.
He sucked.
It's one of those things.
Also, Connor Ingram, younger than me. That was a blow to the ego earlier today when I realized that. I went, oh my God.
So his 29th birthday today.
29th
for
birthday.
Ingram.
But you look younger than him.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
true.
Well,
doing much less with my life.
Stauffer is his birthday on Saturday. The team celebrates with him and a big win, and then today the team repays
Feels like we've been
it
in
for
a good
Ingram.
birthday run as well. I think it was Connor Murphy's birthday recently. Yeah. Let's get looking.
When is
Who's
Anna
next?
Henrique's birthday?
Well, he did just hit 50 games without a goal, so you need to look inward, Oilers fans. Oilers Nation will have that covered for you.
Some unbelievable chances tonight for Henrique, including the one shorthanded where he catches the crossbar. Man, he's so snake bit right now. It's unbelievable.
He's venomous through his body, coursing through his veins. It's not like he's playing bad by any degree like that, and he is getting opportunities. A couple games ago, he almost missed it. He missed an empty net by like a couple feet.
Exactly.
Even that, the monkey on Rico's back right now. It's a gorilla. It's one of them. It's Koba from Planet of the Apes because it's a bad ape right now, and that ape's got to go. Yes, Brett.
It's Harambe.
It's my ape, Ma. I'll do it.
Rest in peace, Harambe. February 6th is his birthday.
Oh, so it's already passed.
All right, well, next year we'll try and figure that out. Just to continue the Connor Ingram discussion, it is wild, brother, that the journey we have had to take here to find what feels like something we have been asking for multiple years now, solid, steadying, confidence-inducing goaltending, just slightly above average. I would argue that is exactly what Connor Ingram has been this entire time for the Edmonton Oilers. Really feels like he's rounding into form, getting comfortable, playing a starter's workload. Once again, we'll see if Jari plays Thursday against the Blackhawks. I would think that he will. It's been a topsy-turvy world in the Edmonton Oilers crease. We spent years yelling about Dustin Schwartz, Jack Campbell, Stuart Skinner, obviously Calvin Pickard in there as well. There's been some ups, some downs, some trials, some tribulations, but Menzies, it really does feel like we found a guy who's become a fan favorite very quickly here for the nation's citizens all around, and I gotta say, it's a relieving feeling. It's a weird feeling because I believe I say it every night. I believe this is called confidence in your goaltender. I'm new to this. It feels weird.
Well, the skaters and the goaltenders can, play into one another where they can give each other confidence. And it seems like that's what's happening right now because the Oilers are more determined to either get in shot lanes or, how many times we were stick on puck tonight. There was a whole lot of that, even in the third period where there was a long sitch where the Oilers had very few shots on goal, if any. The Kraken weren't getting into those real high danger areas. Now, a lot of those long shots, those are still tricky. You had to battle through screens and different things, and Ingram is playing really well. But the team is playing a much more connected game in the defensive zone. They are supporting pucks in lower ice to help transition and get out of these trouble spots, and they are not getting so puck-focused when they're defending so much either. So that makes it easier for the goaltender to make saves. And then they're being confident in doing those things because, hey, they're not having a deflating goal go in or one of those scenarios that has come back to cost them at times. So at least in this streak, it's easier to play from in front or tied than playing from behind. And in this 4-game win streak, the Oilers have only trailed for 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And that was when they were down 1-0 to Utah. In that game, the double deflection, and to their credit in that game, just because they went down 1-0, it didn't destroy them mentally. They didn't go, into the toilet because of it. So,
and it's a great opportunity to live bet the comeback. That's just smart play from the Edmonton Oilers.
But I've harped so much about the never trailing aspect, getting the lead, staying in front. This is the way you need to play, especially as the season has not been as fruitful and dominant as you would have liked. Well, this is a way they can do it, and they've strung some games like that together.
The Oilers in this hockey game, according to naturalstattrick.com, allowed 2 high-danger chances against. Count them, 2 this evening, and that's been a theme lately for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. They have 16 blocks compared to the 8 for the Seattle Kraken. You look at the D, Murphy with 4, Ekholm 2, Nurse with 3. There's physicality in front of the net, and I mentioned at the top of the show that it felt like, or the top of Ingram there felt like a lot of shots were coming from the outside, which were tough for Connor Ingram to make. But yes, that is the product of a good, defensively sound system from the Edmonton Oilers, which is something we're seeing for arguably the first point all year long, producer Brett.
You want one more note on Connor Ingram, according to Jack Michaels?
Yeah, I do.
Love it.
Connor Ingram becomes the first Oiler goalie to ever record a shutout on his birthday, and only the 4th to accomplish this feat this century.
Whoa.
That's
Clap it up for crazy stats that I never would have otherwise thought of. Thank you, Jack. Oh!
Sabermetrics. Sabermetrics.
I love
Let's go
useless
Sabermetrics.
stats. I love it. But shout out to the birthday boy. It's his world. We were just living it. I guess if we're talking goaltending, we can discuss the other guy for a minute or two here. Philip Grubauer. Thought he was actually pretty excellent in this hockey game for the most part. He finishes 21 of 23 for a .913 save percentage. They go down 2-0 early. I felt like Grubauer did an excellent job of keeping that at a 2-goal game for the majority of this hockey game. He did enough to keep him in it. Obviously, his team didn't do enough. They score 0 goals. You're not going to win money. But it did feel like at points a little bit of a goalie duel. Once again, for the Kraken, this is a tough loss, man, because had they won tonight, had they grabbed 2 points, they would have had possession of the final wild card spot in the Western Conference. Just another team that feels like they get the opportunity. They don't want to grab that spot. Nashville currently occupying it. Losers of 3 in a row. Now the Kings are back in it. The Sharks are back in it. And regardless of the loss, the Kraken are still going to be in it. disappointing evening for them.
Yeah, this is a house of horrors. Rogers Place
Yeah.
is just, it's a nightmare for them. They've won once now on 9 occasions. The Oilers, since the Kraken have entered the league, they've been dominant over this franchise and have authored many a bad night for Seattle Kraken fans. So tonight was no different in that respect. Seattle, again, it was their 6th consecutive road game, but a weird spot where they were able to return home. They had 2 days rest. It's none of that. Each team had plenty of rest heading into the game. I thought were fresh, but the Oilers had a clear jump early, and it wasn't until later that the game, I guess, got in a little bit of doubt. And I mean, if you're going to question, like, the Oilers are still looking for some killer instinct in their game. That's something that is lacked, no doubt. But that might come when Draisaitl's there. This team is trying to find a way, given, one arm tied behind their back and all the different curveballs that make up, a team. And a lot of teams are dealing with it. Dallas has been out ranting and hints and, different guys. Colorado's going to miss McCarr for a couple games and have been missing guys. It happens. I'm not saying it's an exclusive club, but the Oilers, with the challenges that they've had this season, it hasn't been easy. This isn't like a flip switch type of thing. Mm-hmm. Whereas, this is a way we have to play because we can't just go out and blow out teams. And look at what they're doing. They're not doing it on the power play. They're outscoring teams 5-on-5. They have a minus in terms of specialty teams since Draisaitl went out, and yet they're 6-2.
They're getting it done 5v5.
Which I didn't think that was possible.
And it's impressive. We can discuss the power play a little bit later on when we maybe get into the bad part of good, bad, and oily, because it wasn't good. I will tell you that, but it's, again, similar to last season when you saw Connor McDavid go down with injury. I've talked about it ad nauseum, and it felt like it was a kick in the rear end for some other guys to, get a little increase in ice time, gain a little bit of confidence. And then when the NHL playoffs came around, felt like guys were kind of already hitting the ground running. And one more just to add on to your last point there. The Edmonton Oilers, as much as people who don't watch the Edmonton Oilers must think they are run and gun, up and down the ice, outscore their problems, that is not the team that has dominated the Western Conference playoffs the last 2 seasons. They have defended well in their own end. They have been opportunistic. They have played with leads. They have blocked shots. They've killed penalties well. It's not all the flash and dash from the Edmonton Oilers, and it feels like right now they are getting back to a little bit of that in their hockey game. Couple more super chats in here as well. Huntalk dropped in $5 and said, Avalanche peaking early season, ? Stars peaking late season, ? Oilers gonna peak postseason, ! And then a final, Cup year. Hey, Huntalk, I'm not gonna rain on your parade type dealio. Once again, this is the time when you want to be playing your best hockey. I feel like I would have rather been in the Avalanche spot where they just played good hockey for the entirety of their season. But, hey, we've seen the Oilers once again. I like that you said this isn't just the switch being flipped lately. You've seen an incremental effort here from the Oil, a different type of identity. They've needed some new personnel to employ some of these tactics, whether that's Jason Dickinson, whether that's Connor Murphy, or Connor Ingram in between the crease. But Huntalk, I'm not going to rain on any parades. You can whatever you want.
Well, every team is going to start at 0-0 when the postseason begins, and that is the tricky part of having a great regular season. And the Oilers have really had more kind of good, not tremendous regular seasons, but their timing has been good, and timing is a big part of it. And the Oilers, it was 97.1%. I think they incrementally get better in terms of their playoff odds. It'll be nice. I think their magic number. What would their magic number be to make the playoffs?
The Oilers?
Yeah,
I think it's 6 now.
I love magic number season.
Yeah,
standings watch hits even harder.
It's either 6 or 5 now.
Yeah.
We'll let you know that. We'll let you know that a little bit. Or the chat can let us know as well. Continuing with the super chats, shout out Omnipresent, because we've been around in this show long enough to know that I do not know how to read those dollar amounts. and delivers 970 pounds and said, it's UK pounds, Bordzy. Need a Knob Chuck review on game, please. You guys made my day. P.S. Who's wearing the pants tonight? Connor Ingram's wearing the pants. It's his birthday. It's his world. No jeans.
I'm not
jeans.
wearing any pants.
Oh my God, he's not.
What? Whoa.
It's a microkini.
Knob Chuck, what are you feeling?
I thought we played really well. I liked our game, and I thought, even when the offense wasn't coming so easy, we stayed connected, and we just have a lot of confidence right now. And I like the way that our game is building.
I do believe we also have a clip from Chris Knobloch right now, locked, loaded, ready to go, talking to the media post-game about the Oilers' newfound style of game, and, well, how it's not necessarily sexy. Let's take a listen.
It would seem since those two Florida losses, the game you guys have gotten to, it seems repeatable. Like you can kind of go to that formula a number of games in a row here. How important was it to find a game that feels repeatable?
Yeah, I think the Florida Panthers game was probably a little just flat. We didn't have it. In the game against Tampa Bay, obviously we lost. I believe it was 5-2. But 5-on-5, I thought it was a really strong game from us. It was the special teams that we lost that battle, I felt. And then since then, we talked about it after the Tampa Bay game, we wanted to play like that 5-on-5, just simplicity and a little more forecheck and more physicality and doing little things like blocking shots. And, our game isn't sexy right now. It's not fancy. It's just a lot of little things, and that's usually the difference between winning and losing. And we've got 60 each night, 12 forwards who are doing it.
Only our Chris Knobloch would still sit at that podium and be like, we played well against Florida, goddammit. Yes, we did.
We didn't have it.
We didn't have it. But no lies detected in the rest of what he said there. It isn't sexy what the Oilers are playing. It wasn't necessarily that sexy when they were dummy in the Western Conference playoffs, but winning is sexy. And that's what the Oilers are doing right now. 4 in a row. And then another super chat. It's our boy Lance, $2, and he says, Kingram is winning the Conn Smythe, Bill Ranford style.
Whoa, 1990. Conn Smythe run.
That's a good
Ranford.
shout. Good shout, Lance.
Mighty fine shout.
Mighty fine. Let's go. Scores.
Bosnia upsets Italy.
Eat shit, Italy.
Did anybody watch that World Cup game today?
We did.
It was electric. Also, Waz made me bet on Poland.
Yeah.
The luck has run out for our boy. Let me
You know
tell
what
you.
sucks? I opened up my Bet365 app when we sat there and said we were going to do that, and I looked at Bosnia and went, no, I got to ride with Waz. He's so hot right now.
No.
Plus 650 at the time I looked.
The luck has ran out. The luck has ran out. He was hot enough. He was hot as the sun.
The Oilers are not sexy right now, but they can't be. It's you grow up when you're a little younger, you're sexier. You know what I mean? You go out to the clubs, you have fun, you're sexy. But you know
Looking at it.
You grow up. Maybe you have a little bit extra, a little weight you put on. You're a grown adult, is what you are, and you're playing grown adult hockey. And that's the way this team is going to have to do it, Yeah, like Montreal is really exciting. Anaheim's sexy. They're real sexy, but, maybe too sexy. A lot of those teams, right, they haven't been through the grind that puts, hair on your chest.
You got to ugly it up. You need a couple scars. You need to have been burned a couple times. Also, Brett just took his shirt off behind the camera for a quick second.
I just flashed.
Wildly distracting there.
We're talking about sexy.
God damn, man. Let's go now to the good, the bad, and the oily, and I can waistband up for a minute. It's brought to you by Oodle Noodle. Download their app. Take advantage of their many, many awesome deals. It's also, I'm not even going to say it, aphrodisiac. Oodle Noodle, take my word for it, folks. But take advantage of their awesome deal, the $2 deal, on top of any regular or premium box For $2, you can add 2 green onion cakes or 5 spring rolls or 6 deep fried wontons. And I tell you, Oodle Noodle is the hack of you don't want to cook that night, but you're going to split your box up in half and maybe get a side spring, maybe get 2 green onion cakes. You eat half your box with 1 green onion cake that night. You then take the rest to work. I had leftover Oodle Noodle for lunch yesterday. Walked into this office. It was like prison style trying to eat it. Like your arm around Tyler and Liam just looking at me Liam's grabbing his fork. I know what he's doing. I know what he's thinking. Don't be like Liam and order your own Oodle Noodle from the comfort of your own home. Kick it off with the good, the great, the unbelievable. That ad read.
Yeah, that's not in the script.
They said ad limit. I said hold my beer. The good, the great, the fantastic, the birthday boy, Connor Ingram this evening, stopping all 27 shots that came his way for a, say it with me, boys, shutouts. Connor Ingram, second in his Edmonton Oilers tenure, 1.44 goals saved above expected. He was unbelievable right from the get-go. He handled that momentum swing where the Kraken grabbed it. Ingram, hey, don't tell him that because he was not going to let anything past him, whether it was from the point, redirected screens in front, or some highlight reel saves as the game progressed. He was unbelievable. He's our starting goaltender. He's the birthday boy. Happy 29 years on this earth. And if you spend another 29 as an Edmonton Oiler, I will be quite the happy man. Menzies, Connor Ingram, the great.
You know, and another aspect of this game, too, he was good, was the penalty kill. And you need your goaltending to be good on the penalty kill. Now, 9 straight kills for the PK. And the Kraken got more opportunities on the power play than the Oilers, which, I wasn't thrilled with one of the calls there. But Ingram I think that's really where he started to shine too, is the penalty kill. The Oilers have needed him, and he's provided, and it's great to see. You need your goalie to be your best penalty killer, Jack.
He's also in the clutch. At the Vegas game in overtime, I guess it counts for both, the clutch and the PK in that Vegas overtime. You think of the third period against the Anaheim Ducks where they had grabbed momentum back. Yes, that second goal he allowed goes to his glove, kind of loses it behind the net. Not one Connor Ingram's going to be happy about, but he shut the door after that. And you look here in the second and third period as the Kraken started to grab things. The Kraken outshoot the Oilers 13-9 in the second. They outshoot the Oilers 8-3 in the third. But Connor Ingram was perfect. Good doesn't do it justice. Great doesn't either. 29 years old, Connor Ingram. Let's go. With good does come bad. This one I feel like was obvious. It's the second period let up from the Edmonton Oilers. Now, I got another option for bad as well, and it's that Oilers power play. But that second period, man, you could feel the momentum slipping pretty much from puck drop. Once again, you can turn this to a positive. Shout out Connor Ingram for handling those 13 shots against. But the Kraken, they adjusted in that first intermission, and they started taking it to the Oilers. And yep, felt like the Oil playing with the lead a little bit. You've kind of mentioned that lack of killer instinct from the Oilers. Now, they still had their chances, and Philip Grubauer did make some good saves, but that's one where you do want, when you talk about previously, the last time the Oilers 9-4 dummied the Seattle Kraken, that was a thing we were maybe expecting. Maybe some of us were betting on it on Bet365 responsibly. Once again, this Kraken team is a good squad. They're battling for the playoffs. The bad, the second period let up.
Well, there has been some junctures of the game, and it's typically in these second periods where they just, don't quite have it as much in terms of the energy, and the other team, starts to contain a lot of zone time and possession. But what is different about earlier parts of the year to now is that even though the Kraken had some zone time and such, again, they weren't cracking through with big chances. The Oilers weren't giving them a ton of free ice still. It was still very difficult to get shots on goal. And that's at least something that has changed because it isn't going to be just the dominant stuff all the time from any team. But the Oilers can nullify, suppress, and They did that enough in the second period. Even in the third period, while the shots were one-sided, again, there wasn't a ton of these high-danger looks. So, yeah, there are some parts to their game, but I also think that, that's where their specialty teams has really picked them up at times this year. 5-on-5, they are, limiting a lot more than they have for most of this season.
If you want to continue the bad conversation, the Oilers power play, they only get one opportunity in this game, but it was not good. They are now 1 for 18 since Leon Draisaitl went down with injury. We've discussed whether they need to change up the personnel. Should Jack Ralzovic be given an opportunity? They've tried Pods. They've tried Matt Savoy. But I tell you, on their first opportunity, it didn't matter who was on it tonight. They couldn't even enter the zone.
Yeah.
They couldn't gather possession in the O zone. It was ugly to watch. Now, thankfully, the 5v5, it was more than enough. Max Jones, cheeks clapping, and Connor McDavid with the empty netter gets it done. It's concerning that the power play has been so stuck in mud without one player. It's not, I'm not sitting here shocked. Leon Draisaitl is an elite finisher. He's the best power play goal scorer, I'd say, in the NHL. Top 3, whatever hierarchy you want to give. Zach Hyman talked about it on pre-gaming. We played the clip where he mentioned, hey, you're going to have to battle without a guy like that. I'm not overly concerned. I'm not worried in the long run. I know this team, this unit still has enough skill, but it's definitely time, in my opinion, to try something different.
Yeah, I think so. And it's tougher, too, in a game where you only get one chance. Even against Utah, they didn't have a power play in that game. So there's been a couple of these games. I thought they were, the whistles went against them a little bit more than they probably should have with the amount of kind of hooking and holding that was going on and interference, some of the calls. But nevertheless, their 5-on-5 play is carrying the day. And that's a surprise.
Hey, look at us. Who'd have thought we'd be here?
Who'd have thought?
Not me.
Now, did you see Ingram mention that meme when interviewed in-house on Saturday? I feel like Paul Rudd in the Hot Ones. He says, look at us. Look, who'd have thought?
Not me.
Not me.
Not me. Legitimately, verbal meme on 1,000.
He verbal memed Tony Brar. He verbal memed him.
He's got it.
In front of 18,000 people.
He's 29 years old.
Yeah.
He's still got it. He's got aura, if you will. Also, we've been way too negative here for, a couple minutes. Let's bring it back up. Positivity. The birthday boy, I do believe, did catch up with the media post-game.
Ingram.
Also read some of his quotes as well. It's impossible not to love this guy, Brett. Let's take a listen to Connor Ingram post-game.
I try to stay in my own little paint down there. But no, I think, a lot of pucks don't even get to me anymore. And then when they do, I think there's bodies and guys around helping out. And I think it's just the little things. We put an emphasis on it coming back, and now it's just doing it. So I'm not a X's and O's guy that will give you a good answer for that. But, for me, it seems like it's going well.
Did they sing happy birthday to you after the game?
No, thank God.
Cake?
No, not here. I think Sarah's got some cupcakes for me at home, though.
Oh,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, what's your favorite cupcake?
I'm not much of a cupcake guy. I'm not an icing guy. Yeah, she brought home a cookie, and that's what I've been eyeing up all day. Yeah, a little mini egg cookie, yeah.
So many things to take away from that. Hey, God damn it, do I love him. Is he so likable? I don't know what it is about him. Not an icing guy.
Not an icing guy.
Don't know how I feel about that. That's just...
Well, usually...
he's a professional athlete. Probably makes sense.
They lead the D-zone draws. That's why they don't like them.
Oh
my God.
Oh! Take a look. Ding! Ding!
Little CSI Miami for you there. Horatio. Hey!
I'm with him, though. I don't like icing.
I forgot what my third thing was.
Yeah,
there were three things.
Mini eggs. There was mini eggs.
Oh.
He's bald.
I don't know. I love him.
Yeah.
I don't know. He also had another quote post-game. I think he was interviewed by Gene. Yeah, it was Gene. And he said, quote, I'm getting old. I found a couple gray hairs in my beard recently. Life comes at you fast, hey? Connor, You are bald.
I mean,
I don't know if I should be the guy to deliver that news, but I love him so much. You just said he's just, there's something about him. He's so likable. He's so like normal and it was that they didn't sing him happy birthday. Chat, get on that and type out happy birthday for our Lord and Savior Connor King.
There's a wrestler in AEW named Ricochet, and he's bald, and every time he comes out, the whole crowd just goes bald, bald, bald. I think we should do that.
We have been asking about what to chant. No, we're
that's
not
what we do.
doing
Bald,
No.
bald, bald.
You kidding me? I'll shave my head in fucking
Yeah,
solidarity with Connor Ingram.
man.
I'll be bald for my wedding.
Can't believe I just said that on the air.
unbelievable.
We'll revisit that. We'll revisit that later.
Look,
We're in the
Stauffer
playoffs.
should have donated some of those pastry treats he
Yeah.
was given on the panel to Connor Ingram.
That was like good stuff too. Staff had the good stuff.
Exotic, very nicely made Food Network type of birthday stuff. And
Are you on icing or out on icing?
I like icing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm big on the icing.
It's too rich, like especially the store bought, like Safeway or like Save On Foods, like the grocery store ones. They're just too rich. I don't like them.
Fair enough. Fair
Interesting.
enough. Connor Ingram, I love you and I appreciate you. Happy birthday.
Ingram.
You're the man.
He should be extended
Ingram.
already.
I mean, it's funny because we constantly have this discussion going around of the Roslovic, the Dickinson, the Connor Murphy. Who's the hierarchy of, well, you forgot about that guy up here, Connor Ingram, because he is playing his, and once again, I don't want to speak for him. His agent would probably hate me saying this, but it does feel like he likes Edmonton, man. He mentioned at Saturday's post-game interview from the bench there that this is a Saturday afternoon, and look at how fired up this crowd is. And it's something that you recently, I mean, it's funny how it was so obvious of a statement, but it opened my eyes. When you talk about the Dickinsons, to Connor Murphy's, Connor Ingram here, these guys haven't played much playoff hockey, if at all, in their NHL careers. This is what you live for, and I guarantee they've been on their couches each of the last two spring summers watching the Oilers go on these runs, watching Rogers Place be the rowdiest building in North America night in and night out, and they're fired up to be here. I hope Connor Ingram wants to be here long term. So again, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. One game at a time, the 2-hour rule, but yeah, man, he's number one and then some on my hierarchy of who you need to resign.
I just realized I just did that whole bald thing, and Ryder and Lisa are in the chat right now. So that was done endearingly, Ryder.
Ryder also said that he's riding in an Uber on the way back because a Connor McDavid anytime goal hit for him. Otherwise would be on the train. Shout out the wheel.
The wheel. The wheel
Lisa also
provides.
said she's getting car sick in that Uber right
Wow.
now. So.
Could be her company. But now, what was I going to say? I've forgotten. But Ingram contract.
Good
things. Sign it. No.
Back to you.
Spectre and others have started to ask these newer Oilers about, have you thought about
Matthias Ekholm's plus minus.
yeah,
Totally.
not quite.
Brett just spit out
They're
his
well
face.
aware. They're well aware of that. And no, they asked him about, hey, have you thought of this building gets rocking, playoffs, all that, and all of them are giving the answers. He went, no, I'm not. We're not focused on that right now. We're focused on one day at a time.
Bob had it first.
Bob had it first.
Yes,
Bob had
Bob.
it first. Another super chat from Les D1791, $13.99, said chiming in midway through on a flight to Ireland and paid for the Wi-Fi just to watch our boys pick up a couple points. Love you guys. Cup yeah.
Cup, yeah.
Yeah, go split the G for us.
Yeah.
Split that G.
And he
Split
bet
that
Jones'
G.
first goal, so the flight was paid for. It was great.
Accommodations.
It was perfect.
Seriously, what would Max Jones' first goal have been?
Would have been in the 4s or 5s. I mean, we've had him a couple times in the wheel stats. I can tell you how many times his name's
Now
come
we're
up.
keeping the notes. The
Yeah.
wheel did tell us to bet McDavid anytime this evening, and the wheel
It was
helped
the
us
first
out
goal,
once again.
but always cover your bases. Savoy was the anytime goal. You talk about the looks Matt Savoy had tonight, and just not quite his night. Some of those shots betrayed him a bit, ended up right in the chest. That rolling puck chance in the first period where McDavid sent it over and Grubauer was down, snow angeling. And it may have been Larson. I can't remember who had Savoy tied up. That looked like it would have gone and made it 3-0. Obviously, Henrique, we touched on the breakaway, the chance with 10 seconds left, too. So there was a little bit of that snake bitten stuff from the team, but that didn't, that didn't derail them. Mm-hmm. That didn't derail them, and that's where a good team comes in, because it isn't just one or two things not going well, and that means a loss. They're able to persevere. They're resilient enough.
They were not perturbed. They were not perturbed. They would not be denied.
Perturbed.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Thank you, producer
Just
Brett.
say it fast enough so it sounds like both.
Rock-like.
Perturbed.
Rock-like.
It's a callback. It's a callback.
From Fantastic Four.
That's
Shout out
what's
Michael
going on
Chiklis.
in my pants after
Shout
that.
Whoa, there it is.
Move now to the Oily in Oodle Noodle, and the Oily is oil to the max. Maximum Jones scoring his third goal of the season for the Edmonton Oilers. 3 goals, 2 apples, 5 points in 16 games this year. And now this one, this is as oil to the max as it gets. A point shot, a wrister from Jake Wallman at the blue line. And I'm not going to say he was trying to get out of the way, because it's like Chuck Norris. He was meant to be in whatever position he was going to be. Deflects off of him, goes in. And once again, yes, it's sweet that he buries on this one. It's the energy shifts in general. That fourth line were fantastic. They were throwing the body around, heavy on the forecheck, especially to start the game in the first period. There you get a look at his numbers. Efficiency. Maximum Jones, 1 goal, 1 shot, 9:53 time on ice. We mentioned the internal competition throughout the Edmonton Oilers right now. It has been reported Trent Frederick could be returning soon for these Oilers. Colton Dach could also be returning soon. And Brett, I believe our pal Maximum Jones spoke to the media post-game here talking about the internal competition that's going down right now. And, I hope he just knows, just like Connor Ingram, how much we love and adore and appreciate Oil to the Max. Let's take a listen to him himself.
Guys that are going to get healthy, that are going to push for spots. You got everybody that's in seems to be playing pretty well. That's, it's pressure, but it's healthy at this time of year.
Yeah, I think so. I think if someone is playing better than certain guys and they're in the lineup, I think we have the group that's very, admirable to each other. We watch guys get in the lineup and do great things, and we're happy for them. And at the end of the day, it's 1 goal here, and I noticed that since I got traded here last year. Everything else doesn't matter. There's 1 goal, and if you're not a part of it, then you're not going to be here. And it's very evident with this group and how close it is, and how much everybody really cares for each other. I think it hit my elbow and then my face. I don't know. They don't ask how. Well, I guess you guys ask how. I think it was literally my face.
Yeah, I think it was too. Oil to the max.
He's not even sure if a puck hit him in the face. This guy's tough as nails.
He's so dialed in.
We're talking about guys who are priorities to re-sign. Well, Max Jones needs a new contract too.
And he's going to get a new contract if he keeps playing like this. We have a type. Thoroughly. It's like Adam Ernie, Clem Costin, Max Jones. The opposite of Matthias Janmark, whatever that is, really is. We all do.
Haven't found that yet.
We know it. Yeah, looking for that. Wow, it's Maximum Jones.
Thought it was going to be Jeff Skinner
instead of minimum Janmark. Why is Janmark getting shots right now? I don't even know why I took those shots.
They showed him on the broadcast.
Yeah, we did get a Leon Draisaitl sighting and a Matthias Janmark sighting up in the press box throughout this hockey game. So we know Janmark is safe.
I'm surprised Draisaitl's back in town.
We know Leon is back in town from Germany. We was talking to Dr. Fart, as I do not know how to remember to say his entire
Dr.
name.
Hans Fart.
That's Dr. Hans Fart to you, my friend. But he's back in Edmonton. That is a positive sight to see. Once again, we haven't gotten any updates. We're still at the end of the regular season, correct?
Yeah, no, that's the word.
The bird is the word.
I'm not sure there's a spot, even if Doc's healthy, Doc might just be activated, but, a healthy scratch. I'm not in a hurry to take out Szymanski. I'm not in any hurry to take out Max Jones. Frederick should probably get back in, but I'm not in a hurry to take out Curtis Lazar, who's now the Oilers are 24-13-6 when Curtis Lazar is in the lineup. That leads another forward who has been a good penalty killer, but supports a 50-game goalless drought.
We need to do our thing first, and then we can start health bombing.
That's true. Efforts will be made here internally to see if we can, in a Jarry-esque way, shake things up with the spirits in Adam Henrique.
You need to look inward. It's not, can you do the JFK?
It's not what your country can you do for you. It's what you can. He's dead, for Christ's sake. It's what you can do.
Run back assassination talk one more time. I don't know if the chat's gotten nearly.
I've been dead 63 years, and you're 62 and a half.
I believe we had a clue today on Jeopardy that was in 1830, and Brett goes, JFK?
Yeah.
And the furrow of the brow for me and Menzies both.
Because it said a president was going to Texas for something. So.
It was an important name.
I read the clue. I read the clue, Brett. No, I was there.
Davy Crockett was the answer.
Fuck, I was close.
Yeah.
You talk about competition in the bottom six right now, and there's a couple guys. One, Kasperi Kapanen, who defense led to offense in this hockey game. We've seen Jason Dickinson take a liking to that defensive role. And Cheeks spoke to the media post-game.
Everyone's doing media veils.
Everybody, on a win like this, you got to get all the faces out in front. And Connor and the boys are like, go fucking nuts. Do what you want. But it's Kasperi Kapanen talking to the media post-game about the defensive side of the game.
You're playing with Dickinson, and obviously you get a lot of defensive zone starts. Take on some of the other team's best guys at times. I'm enjoying that challenge and just the coach putting you in that spot on top of the penalty kill.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big responsibility, and I think for the most part, me and Dickie have been doing a good job, and obviously I haven't played with Dickie before since he came here. So, and I thought playing with Rico today, that whole line, in general, I thought we had a good game. So we just got to keep doing more of that. And it's also a tough role. I mean, when you play against elite players like that, they're always going to have chances, and that's just the game of hockey. So just trying to minimize as much as we can, and I thought we did a great job of that today.
I love everything that Cheeks has to say, but I need to share with you the information that was run across my desk just now. Intern Tristan just said that Kasperi Kapanen went on to tell the media that he's changed the Oilers post-game win song in the locker room to Stayin' Alive?
The Bee Gees.
Staying alive, staying alive. I mean, I'm willing to hear it out. I'm willing to try that. Brett will try that on the car ride home.
Yeah, Barry Gibb.
Windows down, night crawling to Staying Alive.
Hell yeah.
Those Gibb brothers, I mean, you need pipes to sing like they can. That's for sure. It's a little Saturday Night Fever. Kapanen must have a lot of clout in the room. He's changing the win song?
They must love him. I mean, yeah, that is big time stuff.
Will that stay for playoffs? Is he throwing that out there for playoffs?
I'm going to need more details on this. They're playing the song today. Yeah, I did also see a tweet from somebody earlier.
Was it just a today thing?
No, apparently it's been a few days.
And someone asked him about it, and he said the process is you ask Darnell.
Ask Darnell. And Darnell decides.
Darnell.
Big Daddy Darnell.
He's the decider.
Okay, because I was going to say, I thought Darnell was in charge of the team. And he's wearing a letter. So it's Ox by proxy.
Ox by proxy.
All right, but that's still big. That's still big.
He's DJ. You can just come up with suggestions.
DJs take requests.
DJs take. That's what I'm saying.
Is your wedding DJ going to take requests? Because I'd recommend
supposed to. Oh, well,
never goes well. Never goes well.
Can we? Nurse played well tonight.
Nurse has been playing well for a couple games in a row. I had written down right here, Darnell Nurse was playing angry at points in this hockey game, which is what he's been doing for this last little stretch. It really feels like him and Connor Murphy are taking pride in being that shutdown duo, big bodies, physical presence, get in scrums, protect the net. maybe not be the most offensive duo you've ever seen, but be that shutdown duo. Take the hard matchups, put your body in front of pucks, blast guys through the boards. And it's been, you can tell it in the chat when the Darnell Nurse slander has been arguably virtually non-existent for the last couple of hockey games. We say it all the time, and I hate it because you need to give Darnell Nurse his flowers when he's due them. But we do. The Connor Murphy is the Darnell Nurse whisperer, which yes can be true. Yes, he is an influence, but at the end of the day, Darnell Nurse is a grown-ass man, and he does put one foot in front of the other and make his own decisions. There's been a consistent uptick here lately, and I like what I'm seeing from that duo, that second pairing.
Yeah, there is an edge to Nurse's game consistently now.
Yep.
You know, and I think Murphy drags him into the fight. He drags Murphy into the fight. I think they really, they just complement each other about how they approach the game of hockey. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. In Nurse, this is the type of engagement level that the Oilers need from him. It's not been an easy season for him either. He's taken his slings and arrows. He knows he is needed to play better. He's admitted it. He's talked about it. I think this is a good trend. This is a very positive trend with Darnell Nurse, and hopefully continues to trend upward.
Move over, Troy Stetcher. We got a new whisperer in town for Darnell Nurse. What? Gray by Buffalo. Buffalo. Get it the fuck out. Get it the fuck
Nurse
out of
had
this zone.
this beautiful chip that went off the base of the boards up over everyone's head and 10 feet inside of their own blue line. He saw the pressure forward line was out. Chip the puck. Get the puck.
It's a beauty from Darnell Nurse. Let's go now. First thing, I want to make another reminder. That voicemail line is active, and I'm hearing word. We don't got nearly enough voicemails in there right now, so chat, let them rip. If you were at the game tonight, if you're watching at home, if you've got to take on Ingram, maybe some re-signings, no Draisaitl, you want to make fun of one of us. Maybe Brett as well. Maybe you want to see Brett with his shirt off, because I got to look at that earlier. And folks,
sorry?
So voicemail line is active. Get in there.
It is a cup year when his shirt's on.
Is that a fat joke? That's crazy.
Sounds in the room.
That's nuts.
We're brought to you by the Prairie Toyota
sorry.
dealership.
Sorry.
Shout out to our friends at Prairie Toyota Dealers. Looking to dominate off the ice as much as your team does on it? Well,
that was
check
so
out.
rude.
Try to do an ad read, fellas. Check out the Toyota Tacoma. Its standard I-Force engine boasts an impressive towing capacity of up to 6,400 pounds. In fact, it's the most powerful Tacoma ever. So whether you're hauling gear to the rink or heading to an away game, you can tackle it with ease. The available panoramic multi-terrain view monitor gives you a live underfloor view to navigate even the toughest terrain with ease. When it's time to load up, the available power liftgate makes loading your gear in and out a cinch. Experience power, capability, and convenience with the Toyota Tacoma. As we resume, Menzies calling Brett.
That is no.
Boys will be boys. Boys chirp from time to time. Oh, it's good stuff. Shout out to our friends, Prairie Toyota Dealers. Now, folks, it's tough for me on an evening like this because I don't really want to be negative, but we have to give the jeans out to somebody this evening. I like that our UK friend said, who's wearing the pants tonight?
Yeah, the pants.
That, once again, Connor Ingram, but that's an entirely definition than the jeans. So, boys, chat, play along at home. Menzies, I'll start with you, who did a knob block there. Menzies, I'll start with you. Who do you think disappointed? You're not mad at them, but they disappointed you a bit tonight.
You know, it's, we love Rico in this room, and, he's doing a lot of good things. Doing, a lot of those things that a veteran needs to do, but I just think that, unfortunately, it's his turn, and hopefully, he'll be able to let those genes travel on. But tonight, I think it's.
Oh, I lost him.
I was just gonna keep.
It's like some guy be turning into a werewolf. There's a full moon.
That was like the reverse Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think Rico's a fair bet for the Jeans.
He actually played well because he had way more scoring chances tonight than normal. Yeah.
He couldn't do it. Saucy Ingram's in the chat. Also said happy birthday to me. Dre said Brett has the Jeans.
What?
I don't know.
He doesn't though.
I don't know.
We're seeing. We're watching.
My pants are off right now.
I have the jeans. I'm wearing the jeans.
I'm wearing a microkini right now.
I can't remember the last time I wore jeans, to be honest with you. I'm a Lulu guy through and through.
I'm allergic to jeans.
Why do you put up such shit performances?
Whoa! The hosts have turned up.
Yep, there it is.
Brett, any candidates for the Jeans? Anybody jump out to you?
Nope.
That was a stride too far.
Okay, for me, I got one, and I think you'll pick up on this. Now, it maybe necessarily doesn't even have to be tonight, but it could be tonight. Matty Beniers is not as good as I was sold. That he's a fine player. He's a fine blacksmith, but he's not a great blacksmith. Let me tell you, Matty Beniers, once again, Calder Trophy season a couple years back. That was the 22-23 year. He had 24 goals, 57 points in 80 games, but he's never surpassed those numbers. In fact, he's never even been close to those since. On this season, he's got 45 points, 19 goals, and you're just waiting for this guy to kind of take the step. Yes, I understand he's still 23 years old, so plenty of time for him to figure it out. Just feels like that's a guy. This is a huge game for the Seattle Kraken. This could be the biggest game of their season. They win, get 2 points, and they would be in the final wild card spot in the Western Conference, but they're arguably one of best players, their number one center on that top line. Just frankly, for me, I watched the full 60 minutes, didn't notice a whole heck of a lot of him. He finished with 3 shots on goal in this one. I don't know, man. I don't know. And once again, maybe it's not necessarily his fault because we just think of him as the Calder Trophy winner and whatnot. Maybe that's more on me and my opinion of him beforehand, but I don't know. Jeansy, Denemy performance tonight for Matty Beniers, in my opinion.
I agree. Like, what is Beniers? What is he? I don't know.
He's there.
I don't know.
He's present.
Seattle has built their team really strangely. That's why I said the thing about Laine before the game. Like, they need some type of flashy, some type of play driver element, and they probably won't be able to get one, so they have to take a lottery ticket on a Laine to see if they can revitalize him. I don't know. Some of the contracts, Montour for the money and the term, and Chandler Stevenson for the term. You know what I mean? Like, they've got a lot of committed money. They're not the youngest team by any means. I don't know where they go. They can still make the playoffs. They're a strange team. I don't like how they've built up their whole franchise since jump. I think it was the worst thing for them to win that round against Colorado. I think it proved way more detrimental.
I think he's also a victim of a really bad draft class. Yeah. And
that's what I said. I was like, I feel like it's more on my opinion of.
Well, yeah, he was put in to be the second, he's second overall pick. There was talks about could he be first overall going in. And those top 5 picks in that draft are Owen Power, Matty Beniers, Mason McTavish, Luke Hughes, and Kent Johnson, excuse me. Simon Edvidson, William Eklund, Brant Clark, Dylan Gunther, Tyler Boucher. Again, that was the 2021 draft, so that was the year that you're sitting there only getting so much.
Yep.
Whatever. I'm sure a lot of people remember who went 22nd in that draft. So, I think I think he's victim of a bad draft and having to be second overall pick and
top 3 pedigree.
Exactly.
Everything. Throw a Calder in there as well.
Yeah, and dominant college player too. He played really well in the development program. There was a lot of talk coming around him coming out of even the World Juniors the year before his draft year of how good he was, and but there just wasn't enough hockey that he was able to play, or really anyone in that draft class to really be able to develop into what they probably could have or should have been drafted at.
Well, so Berkeley Catton is an 8th overall pick. He's played now almost 60 games this season. I don't know. 8th overall guy. Like they've got players. I do like Jagger Forkas in their system. I got to watch. I know his brother Slade really well.
Repeat that first name?
Slade
Sick.
Forkas.
Slade, yeah.
You got Jagger, Slade, and Ambrose.
Holy
shit!
From
What?
the Irma Boys. The Irma Boys. Yeah. So you got the
I like them
Irma
already.
You got the Irma. You got the Wainwright with McMahon, and they for a while, of course, had more Irma with Carson Soucy. So.
Second most games played from the 2021 NHL entry draft class. J.J. Moser with 330. He was drafted 60th overall. Matthew Nyes is like 10th, and he was picked 57th.
Yeah.
And I watched that draft class. I thought he was the best player in that draft.
Yeah, but what about Oscar Fisker-Molgaard?
They mentioned on the broadcast, they mentioned he's a Dane. And,
looking at it right here, second round pick, 2023.
He's got a couple points this season. You know what? Hey, I noticed him just as many times as
OFM. I've always said it. OFM. Shout out to him. So that'll do it. Subscribe. Subscribe. That'll do it for the jeans there. And they're brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky. Forgot to mention that. Only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhauk name. Made from 100% Alberta beef. Their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. They're glad they fill orders of any size, and you can find their jerky, sausage, and other products out of their Leduc location. For more information, head on over to wilhaukbeefjerky.com.
We have a chat in from N Marples 1421. Hey boys, was live at the game. Was my third game of the season. First two were the 1-0 shutout loss to Minnesota and the 5-0 shutout win against St. Louis, RNH's thousands game. I'm the king of the shutout. 3 games. 3 shutouts he's witnessed.
Get your ass to more games, brother.
Wow.
Jari might be playing on Thursday. That'd be a real good look for the seance if we could bump those numbers back up a little bit now.
You're going to talk about redemption
start a GoFundMe
in
for
the
him?
Easter season?
Talk about resurrections. All right, that was fantastic.
Redemption.
That was good stuff.
It's the season of redemption.
Shout out.
Come on.
Zombie baby. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Enough.
That's too far.
Power through. Bordzy's Bankroll brought to you by Bet365. Hockey fans, check out Bet365's 3-goal early payout. When your team goes up by 3, you get paid. It's that simple. Download the app today. Must be 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Also applies to the NBA, the association, or if your team goes up by 15 points at any point, they will be victorious. Tough one for the Toronto Raptors this evening. Tough one for Bordzy's Bankroll. The classic, 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
The first option, Connor Murphy, 2 plus blocks. That one, come on, you know it. It cashes. He actually finished with 4 blocks in this hockey game, so you could have juiced that one up. I went with the Edmonton money line you discussed. We could have went puck line on pre-gaming, but I was feeling soft. Minus 185. Felt like a pretty good line. The Oilers had won 6 straight at home against the Kraken. 13 of their last 15. Make it 14 out of 16 and 7 straight. But then, unfortunately,
yeah,
it was tough. It was tough.
300.
Evan Bouchard at minus 300 to get 1+ point. It does not do that. So it does feel like it's a big shot to his 100-point hopes on the season. Bouch now still sits at 86 points in 75 games on the season. Bouch finished with 1 shot, 21 minutes. Wasn't necessarily needed offensively all that much in this one. And I blame the lack of power play opportunities. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be bad gambling from me. It has to come from the Zebras and the Stripes. But Menzies, that's exactly why we've brought the wheel into pre-gaming.
Yeah.
Because even when Bordzy's Bankroll can't hit, the wheel is just. Tell the folks about what we hit earlier today.
Yeah, well, Connor McDavid was the first goal
Ever
choice.
heard of him?
But, you play the anytime with the first goal winner, and so we did just that. And McDavid with the anytime goal, that means the wheel has correctly predicted 3 of the last 4 of the last 5 games, 5 of the last 7 games, and a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 winners in 16 games. The units you're up.
I don't know where else you're
units
getting above
you're
50%. And once again, we won't take credit for it. It's the wheel.
And those are
doing
plus
it.
numbers. Those are always plus numbers.
Nothing's
you're betting.
negative. Nothing's minus. Nothing.
The
Nothing
wheel.
about the wheel is not plus.
Yep.
The wheel is just. The wheel must be used responsibly. 19 plus to use wheelofnames.com.
Yes, yeah, the wheel.
You can customize your own wheel. I highly recommend it. I've also said it can solve the most basic of decisions you've ever wanted to coin flip in your life.
Which we've done.
But it's exciting because it goes... Coin doesn't do that. Coin doesn't make the sound effects.
It's a real domestic situation brewing.
Yeah,
between
Lisa and Ryder, what's going on here?
Well,
Wellness check? Or we...
They left a voicemail, so
Yeah.
we might find out what happened.
Interesting.
Oh.
Very interesting.
I like that. I like that. Any closing notes before we need to open up the voicemail line? Actually, I guess in discussion of Ryder and Lisa, I should mention we've got an early start club event coming up at Greta Bar YEG. You smell that? That's playoff season around the corner.
Whoa.
And what better way to get more hyped up and back in Greta? Find your spot, find your menu items, find your drinks. And Saturday, April 11th. It's a 2 p.m. game. Doors open at 1. Ryder and Lisa are your beautiful, beautiful hosts for the afternoon and the evening. If I know how Oilers Nation likes to party in the middle of the afternoon, especially on a Saturday, it's a watch party. The Early Start Club, they take pride in it. Shout out Ryder and Lisa. They do the earliest show here at the network. They used to do shit that started at like 5 a.m. Yeah. Could not be me. Brett would still be awake. Brett would still be awake.
Still be awake from the night before.
So we've got that one coming up, and then the other one, let's do double, the playoff draft that's coming up Friday, April 17th at the River Cree, folks. So it's going to be an awesome, awesome time. We're headed out to the River Cree. Ryder and Lisa, Ty and Liam, they're going to be hosting this bad boy, and it's a playoff draft. You all know them. Think you and your crew know playoff hockey? Well, you can prove it. So you can build your playoff roster, outdraft the competition, battle all postseason for $2,500 cash, and nation glory. Teams of 8 are $1,000, including dinner and your first bevy. Also, the Nation crew is going to be there at the River Cree. There's plenty of casino games to be played at the River Cree. Waz will be there. The whole crew. I think we're going to have an evening out at the River Cree.
Bordzy and I are there. We're going to do draft analysis, after dark draft analysis, where we set up the power rankings of the teams. We give our analysis
I'm
of teams.
so down to do that. Overanalyze like crazy. We'll get Brock Sagan from DFO Fantasy.
We'll set
get
odds.
Zach
We'll set odds on teams.
I'll be on the draft floor.
Yes.
I'll sit on the draft floor and interview teams.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes to all of this.
Yes.
So you might want to be there Friday, April 17th. And you can buy your spot, nationgear.ca. All proceeds support Kid Sport Edmonton. Boys, should we get into them? Should we crack them open? The voicemail line, once again.
Let's go.
You still got time to get them in if you want. But you did have pretty much 90 minutes to get it done already. Shout out our fantastic intern, Tristan. He does a bang-up job, night in, night out, getting us graphics, getting us interviews, getting us voicemails. He's also coming up to the end of his internship soon, right, Brett? Yep. It's always April when it ends. You and I had to do the same thing out in Lloydminster.
Yeah, we did.
Bobcat strong.
Got hired
Bobcat
on.
strong.
I got hired on, though, buddy.
Yeah, I did for 2 months, and then I went, I'm scared. I miss home. I want to go home.
Okay. Just kidding. I stayed there for a year.
We'll talk further.
Yeah.
Soft. Anyways.
Coward, just like his old man.
I lived in,
I was 2 hours from home. I missed home.
I
Oh my
lived
God.
in that hellhole by myself. I
lived in an old lady's basement, and she was lovely. Sophia, I think about you often. How you doing?
Awesome.
Don't know where she is. I haven't spoken to her in like 12 years.
It's Easter.
Should we call her? Should we call her right now? Should we call her right now?
Let's reverse speak pipe and leave her a voicemail. What do you say?
Connor Ingram, happy birthday. All right, Brad, voicemails. Let's get them going, and they're brought to you by GMC Truck Month. It's Truck Month.
1 hour left.
It's your opportunity to get into a 2026 GMC Sierra Ultimate Crew Cab, Pro Graphite Crew Cab at 0% financing for 72 months. It's a fantastic deal. You can't get anywhere else. You're getting a 2-inch factory lift with off-road suspension, a powerful 5.3-liter V8 engine, and a commanding presence that demands attention on the road. Take advantage of the $6,000 cash purchase credit on the 2026 Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab. Get into your very own. Now is the time to head down to the dealership. My favorite month is, boys, Truck Month. Truck Month. Truck Month. Shout out to GMC Truck Month. Now, shout out to the fans, the nation's citizens, everybody in the chat, and producer Brett Holden. It's my favorite part, where I get to give the reins over to you, my friend.
Thank you so much. Yes, we got 5. We ended up getting 5 voicemails this evening. For tonight. Bang! So we're going to start off with the one that's causing the most stir in the chat right now. Yeah. And this is from Ryder and Lisa. Let's see what all this commotion's about.
Hey, Menzies, Bordzy baby. Bread, battle. It's Ryder and Lisa here, just in our Uber, getting home safe after the big game.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't say their names so sexy, to be honest.
They were talking about how sexy the games were.
I know, but you're like, hey, Minty.
No, now you're doing a sexy voice.
Oh, great. Now we're fighting in an Uber.
Ryder had 4 beers. Can you guys tell?
What?
What? It's true. Anyway, we had so much fun. We were with the Germans. They were so rowdy. They headed out to the pint. We said, we're not interested. We'll see you on Saturday at Greta Bar. The rest of you should come to that. But it was so fun watching them, even when nothing was really going on. They're standing up between periods, just taking it all in, singing along. The DJ was playing music. I know it was specifically for them, which was so cool to see. Amazing crew. So, and you guys are awesome. Good at what you do. Cheers.
Cup here.
Well, looks
Brett,
like we
can
started
you clip 1 hour 20?
What up, Menzies? Bordzy baby?
That is going to be...
Going for the Bordzy baby. Yeah, that was...
It's going to be my ringtone.
If anybody else wants to call in and compliment the boys, we'll play it over.
Look, if people are going in, I'm so-and-so, and I watch the sauce, then we can have testimonials, goddammit. We can have them, too, on this show.
Ryder resents the shit out of the both of us. Tomorrow morning, he won't even look us in the eyes. He's like, I had to sleep on the couch last night. Yeah. Thanks, boys. A couple things a part of that. The Germans are fantastic. It's such the European soccer, football.
Yeah.
They're rowdy. They're down for anything. And I will say this. Those boys can put them back. Oh. They can drink me, and I think I'm a seasoned veteran. Under the table, not even close. Don't even try to compete with them. They're in an entirely different league. What's the German league? The Dell? Is that the Dell? They're in the Dell. I'm over here in the Chell. All right, and I cannot make it work with them.
You're in a league with like 5 letters in it. Yeah. They're in a league with 3 letters. A good league.
This dude's in the FPHL.
HL Junior.
The NA3HL.
Sherwood Park. Yeah, just dork league. But they are fantastic. And I believe the boys get to go. Tyler and Liam and Bag Milk are going with them on Thursday to the Hawks game. So that should be a rowdy performance as well. But I need to mention, Or yes, Brett, if you got something first.
No, I was just going to say, I could just, as an avid Uber user, I could imagine the Uber driver just sitting there going, what the fuck is going on? Are they on the phone? Yeah.
I am a part-time marriage counselor. If
Yeah.
you guys want
Are they
to,
fighting?
5-star?
Yeah.
I'll help you do anything. Now,
Is she calling somebody else sexy?
Yes, she did. Multiple. The other part that I want to mention on this, so I saw it on socials, brought a tear to my eye. Ryder and Lisa got producer Reese a signed Ryan Nugent-Hopkins Oilers jersey that they presented to him earlier today. He got to wear the jersey to the game. That is unbelievable stuff from Ryder and Lisa. That is mom and dad taking care of their son. We all know producer Reese. He's fantastic. Was the MVP. Reese was number 2 in command right there on the nation vacation.
Yeah.
Reese has been a great asset. He's been awesome taking on the sauce early morning. I gotta say, I felt like a proud papa seeing him rock that jersey, smiling from ear to ear, grin so wide. Shout out producer Reese. Shout out the sauce. Now I will say, I've been doing ONE for 4 years now, Tyler Yaremchuk. Haven't got a single piece of merchandise, let alone signed, so we'll leave it at that. But
yeah, hold on. Whoa.
Wait, as well.
I've been doing this show for 2.5 years, and all I get are
a
kisses
tattoo.
on the
You're
lips.
welcome. You're welcome. I gave you a tattoo.
Yeah. No, I said that same thing in the meeting today, and then realized that all I get from my host is drunk kisses on the lips when we're together. So.
You want one? You want one right now?
Well, I'm gonna take
Come
off
on now.
the logo.
Thoughts, feelings,
Bordzy.
Bordzy, baby.
No.
Producer
We're
Reese,
having
the
fun.
sauce. They're fantastic.
Every week I've started a newsletter. It's my staff power rankings, and Reese really in the last little while he is rising in my staff power rankings, and to the detriment of some really good staff members here. They just can't compare. I mean, Reese he's climbing, he's soaring, he's really had a real Matt Savoy arc to this season, and he continues to grow in the hearts and minds of many.
Facts.
The chat is unbelievable right now. What was it? You should hear from Ryder. You should hear how she says Reese's name.
You've
heard
that
of
rowdy Reese.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You've heard of work wife. Reese has work parents.
Yeah,
that's
Fair.
so true. That's so true. But they
Fair.
look out for their boy. They look out for their
And
son.
then Dre saying, or Dre, excuse me, sorry, Dre. Did Lisa sign it again? It was Lisa's signature.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call, Trey. You can't trust him. You can't trust him now. Oh, well, Ryder, Lisa, hope the sauce, hope it's got good vibes tomorrow. And if not, all the more reason to tune in tomorrow, 9 a.m. Mountain time.
Mountain time. Mountain. Standard.
Standard.
Not daylight's time.
On the Oilers.
Radio Network.
But actually not. On the Oilers Nation. On the sauces. I fucked that up.
No. Anyways, moving on. We got 4 more of these to go through. This next voicemail is coming up from, I think, second-time caller now, Thea Moomin.
There were so many good things about that game, but the one thing specifically that I enjoyed was that Jack and Louis kept bringing up that the Seattle players were getting extremely frustrated and breaking their sticks because literally the Oilers did not let anything happen. And I just thought that was amazing. And Connor Ingram was amazing. 29 years young. Love him.
Gap year. Yeah, hell
Great
yeah.
call.
Hell yeah. No notes on that one as well.
You could hear the sticks too, and like a couple of door smashes too. You could hear a bunch. There was a frustrated group out there on the
Once again, one of the biggest games of the season for the Seattle Kraken. They needed those 2 points, and they finished with 2 high-danger chances in the entire 60 minutes. So plenty of reason. They're justified in being frustrated now. To that, I say don't take it out on the stick, brother. The stick crack never did anything, but frustration warranted this evening.
Yeah, it was a frustrating evening for them. You know, it was like they were trying to solve a Wordle with one guest left, and
It was just like that. It was just like that.
I have that feeling every day.
Yeah, it was frustrating.
It's a good point.
Breaking things.
It's a good analogy.
When you're right on the edge of getting the Wordle.
Yeah, but they're just so close, so far away. Is it a double letter?
Don't make an edging joke, Bordzy. Don't make an edging joke. Power through.
Do it.
All right.
Kill him now.
Moving on to the next voicemail. This one's coming in from Moglin Celebrini. I thought you had a game, dog.
Jones maxing and a shutout. I used to pray for days like this. Cup year.
Cup year. Cup year.
Cup year? Cup year. Cup year.
He mogged that. Cup year.
I felt mogged. I felt mogged right there. Now, we were Jones maxing tonight. We were save maxing tonight. We're vibe maxing right now because I'm having a fantastic time. 4 in a row for the Edmonton Oilers. Don't really have a ton to add to that voicemail, but yeah, thumbs up to that one. Who sent that in?
That was Moglin Celebrini.
Moglin Celebrini.
My answer to that for podcast listeners: chest out, shoulders back, and I lean forward a little bit.
That's right.
Mew a little bit. Put that tongue on the top of your roof of your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. Right there.
Good boy.
There you go. There's a new Wordle.
Clav might be on to something here.
There's the creator of Wordle has created a new game called Parseword. This is true. I was sent to me by my very aged grandfather. It's true. Parseword. It's very difficult.
What do you have
parse
to do?
word.
Maybe we'll have to get
you
in
have
the
to
game.
parse these words and find the missing word.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Huh.
Parse word. That's what it's called.
I'm on parseword.com now.
It'll be on the sauce next week, I'm sure.
Hour 3, we can play a couple games.
Yeah,
we can get a couple
exactly.
games
We'll
going.
reset 11:11. Make a wish.
Two more voicemails, you weirdos.
Eyelash.
2 more voicemails. This next one's coming in from somebody. Jesus Christ, we haven't
He's
heard.
cold.
No. It's warm back here. I'm sweating my dick off. Dre is moving on. You know because my pants aren't on. Dre left us a voicemail. We haven't heard from him in a while. Let's hear from Dre.
What up, Bordzy? What up, Oilers Nation? I just want to give a shout out to the coaches once again for putting Jari in his best possible position to succeed for the night. And also, shout out Connor Ingram, of course. Shout out on your birthday? What? This dude's getting laid tonight.
Cup year. Amen. Amen, my brother. Amen. I believe he mentioned his wife there at the end of his interview, and I said he might have some cupcakes or something.
Well,
Derek Lewis style.
Oh my God. Shout out Ingram. Shout out Dre as well. I don't like that we have to deliver shots to Tristan Jarry in that moment. Did I chuckle? Yes. So, I mean, it is what it is. I do fully expect that Jarry is going to start Thursday night against the Chicago Blackhawks. It'll have been, 9 days?
Yeah.
Since the last start was Tuesday against the Utah Mammoth, where he got the win. He stopped 16 of 18, and while the Oilers were definitely committed to blocking shots in that hockey game, Jarry was good enough, and it was definitely a step in the right direction. However, I will say on Thursday, if Jarry's in the net, I am taking 2+ blocks for every single person that is available on Bet365 because I don't think I'm alone in saying this. You could very clearly see the effort Tuesday against the Mammoth that the Oilers were like, hey, man, maybe we got to play goaltender as well, and they got to make it incredibly easy for their goaltender because they had 24 blocks in that game and Utah had 18 shots. It was an unbelievable performance. So, Jarry, do you think we'll see him Thursday?
I'm very intrigued because I think there's a possibility. And now, Brother Bordzy, Brother Brett, we have worked to redeem a lost soul. We have worked to redeem Tristan Jarry. Redeem him. So I feel like we need a bigger sample size to know. I feel like we need to see it.
It's true. We have taken a 16 saves on 18 shots and fucking run with it as a victory. But the bar was much lower before that, so beggars cannot be choosers.
want to get him in sometime on the homestand, and you probably don't want to start Jari against Vegas.
No.
Percy says cookie no icing for Ingram tonight. And
well done.
We got one more voicemail to get through. This one is from Mr. Burns with a very important message. Let's listen from Mr. Burns.
Excellent.
Just wanted to say a message for Queen Tammy, who is apparently in the hospital due to complications with her kidneys. We love you so much, and we hope you're better soon, and that this doesn't complicate anything too much with your surgery coming up. We love you. Hope you're good.
Cup year.
Yeah.
Tammy,
we love you.
We are sending, I did not know that. Thank you, Mr. Burns, I noticed that she wasn't in the chat today and people talking about it. Tammy, if you're joining us, maybe a little bit on delay, you catch this at whatever point you feel better. We fucking love you. We miss you thoroughly. We wish you nothing but the best. Positive vibes, positive health, positive everything. We are a family here on pre and post game. Oilers Nation in general. Hey, all for one for all. Tammy, all of our hearts going out with you. Stick taps, hearts in the chat right now for our Queen Tammy.
Absolutely. Ditto. And hopefully it'll all get figured out here very shortly. So get well. Prayers.
Love you, Tammy.
Love you.
You are our queen.
You are our queen. I was recently telling my mom about Tammy. I was saying, hey.
Yeah, listen, Mom.
You got somebody on deck over here. Who's,
You better clean up your act, Mom.
Tammy, I love you. We miss you. Wish you nothing but the best. Tough way to segue. Any next voicemail we have, or is that it?
Nope, that's it. But we do have super chat.
Ooh, one more super chat in here as well. And then there is one more thing that I do want to touch on. Ha! It's Ryder from the Sauce.
Yeah.
Dropped in $6.99. Said, great show, boys. Cup year.
Cup year.
For Ben, good night. Those 4 beers would have done him good.
Yeah.
It's a nice sleep. He's got to be up bright and early to do the sauce. So, also producer Reese, hopefully he is sleeping in his signed nude jersey.
He is
later
in
on
the
this
chat.
evening. Reese, what are you wearing? What are you wearing right now, buddy?
Easy.
Send a picture.
Careful.
Send us a
all of our
photo.
numbers.
Send us a photo.
Yeah.
The final thing I do want to mention, we did see something awesome. Maybe, Brett, first can you throw up maybe the updated standings for the Pacific Division? We'll do a quick standings watch here. Shout out to the Edmonton Oilers and their 4-game win streak. They have grabbed 8 of a possible 8 points in their last 4 hockey games. And right now, as of this moment, are 2 points back of the Anaheim Ducks for the Pacific Division lead. The Ducks do have 1 game in hand, 87 points in 74 games. The Oil, 85 in 75. The Dream, still much alive. The Dream, something I have not seen in my 30 years on this earth. The Oilers have not won their division since 1987. They now have a 3-point lead on the Vegas Golden Knights with a head-to-head matchup coming up Saturday evening, 8 p.m. Buckle up for that one, baby. That's going to be good stuff. And then, Brett, if you continue to scroll down, missed opportunity here for the Seattle Kraken because you just got to keep on scrolling. 75 points in 73 games. 2 back of the Predators with 3 teams in between them and the Preds. That is a massive missed opportunity for that Kraken team, but Brett, screw them. Scroll it back up. Menzies, Oilers sitting pretty in the 2 seed in the Pacific.
The problem is that the Anaheim schedule, bunch of jabronis. Seriously, I'll tell you the schedule. I'll tell you the schedule, actually.
I want to hear the schedule.
At the Sharks tomorrow. Kind of interesting, that one.
That's Sharks are back in this thing, man.
Circling. Blues Friday. Calgary Saturday. Nashville Tuesday. Sharks Thursday. Canucks the 12th. Minnesota. And then Nashville to finish it out. So only the Wild, and if you count Nashville as like in the playoffs.
No,
as
like a firm playoff team.
Yeah.
They have what?
Yeah.
The Edmonton Oilers. We have Vegas. We have Colorado. Who else do we got? The Kings. But I guess they're not in technically. It's going to be tough. It's going to be worth watching here down the stretch. We do talk about, sometimes I'm concerned when we have to do game 80, 81, 82, that is there something necessarily to play for?
Yeah.
We will be entering the month of April, and the Oilers still got something to play for. Now there's the debate, do you even want to be the 1 seed? I'm firmly of, hey man, you win as many games as you possibly can. You get the most points because you never know where that could be later on down the line. We saw it last year. The Oilers had home ice advantage in the Stanley Cup Finals, which was pretty wild in that situation. So you win the games, or you want to win the games that are in front of you, and the dream do still be alive.
But as you see the Oilers schedule there and the Ducks schedule, like, look at how many 4-point games there are. Like, so the Sharks, the Ducks are going to play twice. Oilers, Sharks are going to play those Nashville games against the Ducks. Vegas to play for the Oilers.
Kings.
I think the Kings and Blues. I think the Kings and Preds play twice head-to-head still.
This is going to get messy.
It's going to
get ugly.
It's very messy here down the stretch. So it is, it's not quite the Eastern race, but it has its own.
It's a race.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a race. It's a race. It's a turtle race, but it's a race. So
when they cut the back of your Achilles heel and they say run, that's what we're kind of watching right now here.
Yeah,
Saw that in Hostel once before. Gross movie.
Yeah,
Gross
Hostel.
Great movie.
Yeah, freaky.
Love
you know
that
exactly
movie.
what I'm talking about when I said that.
Oh, yeah.
You ever seen Bladder Explosion?
Nope.
No. Well, you might in a minute if the show.
Okay, final thing that I want to mention, because boys, and Brett, maybe you can pull it up for us. It is the year of the goalie fights in the NHL, because it happened again this evening. Igor Shesterkin going mano-a-mano with Jacob Markstrom, and there's some good punches thrown in this one. Igor Shesterkin looked pissed at one point during this fight and was throwing some absolute bombs. Now, respect to both combatants. Anytime a goaltender gets in a fight, you respect and you appreciate the fact that they want to throw down in all that gear. And this wasn't just for show, man. They were throwing some bombs. Also, the bald spot in the back of Shesterkin's head was not something I was aware of in this moment. And I'm sure he's pissed. We all now found out. But look at these. Another right, a right from Chesty. Markstrom, he's not feeling him. The adrenaline be pumping. The takedown. A little bit of respect there at the end. Nobody gets hurt. Menzies, there's no other way to say it. That was fucking sick.
Two loser teams well out of the race, just letting off some steam and banging their fists against each other's heads. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
That's a beauty.
Was it Shesterkin or Georgiev who punched Tony DeAngelo in the face?
Georgiev.
Well, it seems like neither of them you would want to get a punch in the face from.
Yeah.
A fellow idiot said fucking tilt, but it will never beat Mike Smith versus Cam Talbot.
You know what this means?
I don't think anything's ever going to beat that.
You know what this means? It's goalie fight day tomorrow on Hockey Fight Socials,
Right?
baby.
That's the third goalie fight this season.
Yeah.
We are blessed. We are blessed. You can find out more at hockeyfights.com.
We used to go from the referees trying to break up Bennington and Fleury twice.
Yeah.
To the third one, there's fights in the SPHL. There was a WHL goalie fight a couple weeks ago, too. There's an AHL goalie fight last month, too. Yeah, the goalies are trucking knucks, baby. We love to see it.
Goalies be beefing. Goalies be beefing right now. All right, the only thing left to do is watch Michael Menzies' piss dog. Everybody quiet, please.
Shit. I'm clinging for.
All right, fine. That'll do it for us.
I'll just walk off. You guys, I'll come back. I've got Tortorella thoughts. I can't share them now because they're too detailed.
Tomorrow's a very special day.
Waterfalls.
Here at the company as well. All right, that'll do it for us. I love you all. A lot of viewership in tonight's show, so please throw down your courtesy like. Make sure you are subscribed to the ON YouTube channel. Get in the chat. Get in the voicemails. ONE live again tomorrow at 12:01 at Mountain Standard Time. The pre- and post-game crew back on Thursday for Jarhead stand-up, possibly. That could be us. No raising your arms, Menzies. Keep down. Sit on them again. Sit on them again.
I can't move.
Shout out to all of our sponsors, everybody, intern Tristan, producer Brett, Menzies. the chat. Tammy, we love you. And big thanks to everything. We will talk on Thursday. ONE tomorrow. Over and out. I'm not going to lie to you. I have to piss really bad too. Peace out, Dark.
Thank you.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.